What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/news. 3 arrested in attack of Chile's hostess who was enforcing coronavirus dining rules. Just so everyone knows, this is 2 50-year-olds and a 30-year-old attacking a teenager. WTF. The attackers all seem to be related to just a lovely family, I'm sure. Church every Sunday and Wednesday. Why Wednesday? It's the norm in the South Appalachia among Protestant churches. I guess the idea is a whole week is too long to go without shinnin'. Good frick them. How can you act that way? Hostesses don't get paid very much and have to put up with so much BS. One of the things that I would never have predicted about a deadly virus outbreak is how people become seized with madness after being asked to wear a mask. Edit. I'm aware that this particular freakout was not about wearing masks. However, there have been a lot of instances of people freaking out over having to wear masks in businesses. It feels like literal insanity that people have so much rage after being asked to wear something that takes a literal 2 seconds to put on. It's not new either. People bitched about it in 1918 during the Spanish flu, refusing to wear them because they thought it violated their rights. Imagine being an adult and throwing a tantrum and assaulting a teenager because you don't get your way. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/politics. Michael Cohen predicts that Trump will never leave office peacefully because he's terrified of being sent to prison. He's afraid of the people. He's afraid of being sent to jail. He's afraid of how little he has become. Sad. Trump's always been a coward. It's the one running theme through his entire life, since childhood. Really wish that something Christmas Carol-esque, as in the Dickens novel, will happen to Trump, where he will see the terrible things he has done and how the world will be relieved when he's dead and gone. I am also terrified of going to prison, so I avoid committing crimes. We on the other hand would love to see him in prison. If they put a webcam in his cell and made it pay-per-view, they could erase the national debt. Think about that. The President of the United States is immune to prosecution while president. But once a citizen, jail. Seriously messed up system. The President of the United States is immune to prosecution while president only because the DOJ refuses to do its job. William Barr needs to be prosecuted for failing to do his job if the Dems take over next year. There's no law on the books preventing the president from being tried for crimes. He should be terrified. Mild inconveniences send him into fits of rage. Loss of freedom, loss of control, loss of influence. It would break him. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/politics. Postal Workers Union endorses Biden, warns survival of USPS at stake. You can't get a teenager to walk across the street for less than $1. But you can write an address on an envelope, put a 55-cent stamp on it, and the post office will take it across the country and find the address. Then carry your little envelope up to the place you selected and put it in a box by the door. For 55 cents. It's unbelievable. I've often thought of this since someone pointed it out to me many years ago. And it baffles me why the GOP think that what we need is to privatize the system. I mean, aside from their greed and self-interest, as is on full display in this case. If the fire department is running low on money, we don't privatize the fire department. The Postal Service is just that. A service. It's something that is meant to be provided for. And it baffles me why the GOP think that what we need is to privatize the system. I think they broadly fall into 2 categories. Those driven by greed and self-interest, like you said, who see an opportunity to extract money from Postal Service customers instead of providing a service. Those who have been thoroughly convinced that the government providing any services whatsoever is socialism, and socialism is inherently evil, that the free market should be allowed to handle everything because it will be more efficient than government bureaucracy. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/World News. Nestlé sued over tons of dead fish in river. The head of the French Fishing Federation has lodged a complaint against global food conglomerate Nestlé, after thousands of fish were found dead in a river in northeastern France. It says the spill was from a powdered milk factory and the fish were killed by oxygen depletion in the river. Powdered milk is manufactured with a physical process rather than a chemical process. so it seems likely that the spill contained excess nutrients from the milk rather than toxic chemicals. This probably caused a bloom of microorganisms which depleted the oxygen and killed the fish. Milk powder is manufactured by spraying milk through a misting nozzle into a heated chamber where the water evaporates off and the milk falls to the floor as powder where it is collected. No hazardous chemicals involved, just heat. I hope you don't think I'm trying to defend Nestlé, by the way. Frick Nestlé. Edit. As a couple users mentioned, in the short term suspended milk fat and other particles can clog the gills of fish. Thanks for the explanation. We'll definitely read up on this. It's always good to know the background rather than just yelling, "Bad company spewing chemicals." It gives them a platform in just labeling it lies or conspiracies. Matters because it's France. If this was Nigeria where this happened, and it happens all the time in places like that, that email would have been marked as spam. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/news. United States Postal Service confirmed it has removed mailboxes in Portland and Eugene, Oregon. Voters' state ballot drop boxes are not run by the USPS. Not subject to this kind of manipulation. And they're very plentiful. There is surely one in your neighborhood. Find it and use it. Don't trust the mail this election. That said, Trump isn't going to win Oregon. Merkley's seat is even safer. There are no major statewide elections or measures that would concern the White House. This won't be the battleground of the USPS shitstorm. My worry is he'll try to frick with Portland more and more leading up to the election. My worry is he won't accept his loss. Our biggest concern should be that he doesn't lose. No way. 4 more years of Trump will suck, yes. But him not stepping down when would be the scariest moment of our lifetimes. As if our government isn't in chaos enough. Having the executive branch ignore the result of an election would be bananas. The executive branch isn't even supposed to be crap. Like, did the framers of the Constitution saw what it turned into, they would completely rethink having an executive branch. Actually, our founders would be saying, that's why we created the Electoral College. They were supposed to tell the guy to frick off if the moronic masses voted for a prick. What the hell went wrong? And holy frick, is that black woman running for vice president? Quote. There are Second Amendment remedies if he pulls that crap. He's deliberately fricking with the election right in front of us, and that isn't enough to warrant the Second Amendment. You're watching the Reddit News Show. From r/World News. More Mexican states follow Oaxaca's lead and move to ban junk food sales to kids. Good. It's like an epidemic down there. When we went there on vacation, kids were ordering jugs of Coca-Cola for breakfast. We asked a waiter what was up with all the Coke in the morning, and he told us it's a huge problem in Mexico. Good to see the government doing something about it. Mexican here. It's not only in the morning. Every meal is accompanied by a soda. If someone is thirsty, most probably will ask for a soda. The only problem with this law is, sales will be forbidden to kids. But the parents still can purchase for them. And I can tell you, most of the time the parents are already doing that. Those Mexican drug gangs are going to be pulling some Willy Wonka crap now. And that's where we are going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNews Show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNews Show, and I'll see you tomorrow.